following is a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 1.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Arcade April MRE UNO tournament for Division 1 here on the channel. It is the start of the Super 16, aka the sectional finals for this tournament here. No more revive rounds here for both these players. It is now win or go home as we are now ready to begin the round, and we have our first matchup. It's going to be number 6 seed Tapir taking on number 15 seed Ridley in the Joystick Region. This will be the upper sectional of the region, and both players looking to keep their runs going here. Both have had prior success in Tournament 2 in for Tapir both divisions, but for Ridley, had great tournament 2 last season. That was where they made the Final Four in D2, but off to another great run here, especially after a bit of a slow start in February. So should hopefully be a good one. We'll see who gets the win. We'll be running through this one with y'all to kick off the round. Probably will be doing a lot of these for this round here, as got a packed slate, and Schwartz got finals, which gonna make sure he gets those all settled in, as well as moving out from college for the summer. So we'll probably be with you for a majority of these, but let's get into it. Let's take a look at the bracket for the Joystick Regional. You got your two sectional finals for this region. Mark and Andy up top. That match will happen on Wednesday. That'll be at 7 p.m. That is currently the only game that may not have a stream, because we may not have availability on that one. We will update you on that if that is the case, but other than that, Ridley Tapir looking to go at it and claim the first spot into the All-Star 8. This is the opener for the round here, so it's anyone's game here to keep their run going. For Ridley, it's been a good run so far. In the last round, got the win 4-3 over Logan. In the prior round, beat Lara in a pretty big upset, so Ridley been doing a pretty good job here. As for Tapir, had the DQ win in the opener against Eli, and then got what ends up being his first win of the season, on DQ win the season over background. 4-1 win on that one. And now Tapir plays another UUL notable here in this matchup. We'll see who gets the win, but should hopefully be a good match for both players. They know each other and they're both eager to go. Matchup preview on this one: Rookie v Legend, 8v4, 5v1 for the record this tournament. Career round of 16 record. Off the top of my head, for Ridley, I think Ridley is 2-1 in the round of 16. From D2, and then for Tapir, 3-3 record in D1 overall. Tapir has the gold and the bronze accolades from his career. I think the bronze, yeah, no, the bronze was not from Tournament 2 in 2024. It was from somewhere else. But for Ridley, I believe has a bronze from that Tournament 2 run they had from last season. So um, both accomplished players in Tournament 2 settings here, and both make it to the Super 16. We'll see who that ends up helping and who can find their way through. Again, this is where we get the best of nines here, so a little bit longer series. We'll see who gets the win. Um, I am going to be, well, I was going to be in VC mostly on my own. Had Voiles here, but Tapir has actually just joined, so um, we'll see what he has to say for the pregame thoughts if he can. But um, yeah, Tapir kind of going into it here. I don't know if you could hear me or not, but uh, you have made a Final Four in this tournament in the past. You had the run in 2024 when you kind of did double duty on that one. It was a weird situation, but really came onto the scene there. But now you're in the back. You're in the round of 16. You're going up someone you have known for a bit from UUL. From your eyes, what do you think it's going to take to get the win here? As now we get into the best of nine territory in this round of 16 matchup. All right. Always need to bring my A game to a solid player. Ridley being OG from you all have a lot of history together. Best nine gonna be more of endurance battle. I'm hoping to get it done today. All right, we'll see if Tapir can get it done. Meanwhile, moving over to Ridley. Ridley will be typing for this one. Ridley second season straight. You find yourself cruising in tournament 2. You're up against Spam Man and Tapir, someone you've known for you all but played for the first time in MRE. Feel excited to this one, and what do you believe we'll need to have for you to continue the run in the arcade? We'll see. Um, what Ridley has to say, and then we'll get things going. But yeah, I mean, so far this season, generally speaking, there's been a good amount of success for the rookie class so far. There's been a lot of players who have been doing very well. Turn one had a lot of players who made it to the round of 16. This one hasn't had as many, but we still actually have some new faces coming into the scene. I mean, Ridley, not a great start, all things considered, in tournament one, but has rebounded nicely. And then Bob Ross, who made the jump in between tournament one and tournament two due to some at post tournament one quits. Um, has done a great job so far and is in the round of 16 for his first D1 tournament. So Bob Ross also doing a great job in this one as well. So, I mean, again, not as many rookies in the round of 16 as last time, but we're having a lot of new faces here. And then we also have a few people who are also kind of doubling down on their T1 run, like Mark, who had a close call in the round of 32, but has been still doing pretty well so far this tournament. Just gonna refresh the scoreboard here before we start. But for Ridley, excited to play Tapir. Hopefully, get some even ammo, have a good battle. He's like ready to start, so I'd love to pick up a Sweet 16 win on him. All right. Well, we'll get this one rolling. Voiles will be our ref for this one. Want to thank him for popping in this early morning match, but we're gonna get things started here. Best of 9. We will see who ends up getting the victory. And fun fact, currently teammates in NRPSL, which is a rock paper scissors league. So teammates turned foes for the moment. We'll see how that could affect things, but let's get this one rolling here. 8 cards start to kick things off. one up from the OG, and we were about to get this one rolling. And game one is officially underway with the blue reverse. We are going in this one. I need to get the chat in my phone. There we go. Yeah, they're on the Oklahoma City Outlaws. Royals, I would say you're um pretty familiar with sports teams in that neck of the woods, but uh yeah, gonna get things going on blue. Uh, but ooh, wow, Ridley with the +2 right off the bat here. So Tapir is gonna have 2 extra cards to start this one off. Early move from Ridley there. And now to switch the red. Just trying to set this up a little bit more. Right, there we go. All right. So yes, Tapir after that double play went to the red, and looks like the red is gonna work here. So Ridley has no more, and we'll have to draw. Allows Tapir to reel reel him back in, and did it for the moment. But top deck red 9 will allow Ridley to keep the possession arrow lead. Tapir still with some more red. Look at the force another draw, but no, Ridley gonna have to switch this time. It goes in the green. Ooh, and Tapir repays the favor from earlier with a double play and the +2 off the I guess the start of that color, but yeah, ditto play on that one first of the series. Tapir down to 3. And Tapir is gonna be out at 3, so no more green there. Ridley able to keep it going. Both have 4. Okay, we had a bit of a quick start here, but I think both players are kind of settling in a little bit here. As Pure continues to draw, Ridley's going to have to draw as well. Alright, draws keep on going. But no, Ridley gets the top deck blue 5, so not a long draw steady there. And we're out of it with the blue. First time since the start we have seen blue. Still no yellow yet. Tapir with no blue. Does Ridley have anything? Ridley does have some blue. Tapir is looking to switch out of this one. But will he have the opportunity to? He will not. Another draw from Tapir. Ridley looking to keep it going and gets to switch to yellow. There's Pandora's. First time we have seen yellow. And Ridley getting down to the wire here with that switch. Gonna put some pressure on Tapir. What does Tapir have on this yellow? We have not seen it yet. Ooh, +2 from Tapir on that one. Another one. Someone left a thumbs up there. I'm not sure who that was. But yeah, Tapir gonna throw 2 more cards Ridley's way. Doesn't want Ridley to cruise our way to the finish potentially. There's a bit of an extra roadblock for Ridley here as it will get, okay, well, yellow negative. There it is, yellow 1. So there's the erases the +2 on that one here, but this could also be the 2 extra cards that really draws. So I mean that +2 may have came in good timing for Tapir. Switches the green. Ridley may have no, Ridley does not have Uno on that one. Gonna have to draw. Tapir and ultimately Tapir gonna do that switch to force out stall out. Ridley may have got something off this top deck though. Wow. A wild card from Ridley. Ridley I think had that green skip but elected not to play it. And that's looking to be a big top deck wild. So if Tapir does not have a switch here or a +2, this will be game. And he will have nothing, so that'll do it. Ridley goes up 1-0 here to start this one off. And the blue 7. Alright. Yeah, it's not a ton of ammo on that one. I mean, the ammo was ultimately the difference on that one with the top deck wild, but um, mostly numbers on that one. I mean, no big runs as well. It was two +2s from Tapir and then another +2 from Ridley, and those are really the only chains. Well, Ridley had the skip wild there, so yeah, that was mostly just kind of ran it straight there, but we'll keep this one going here. I don't have any major questions per se. I just realized the position arrow was like hidden because of Tapir's background. I need to switch that. We're gonna just go this color. There we go. Apologies on that. Actually, I'll check the one. Yeah, no, that's light enough. All right. So we get triple zeros off the start. Okay. Um, and 3 of them are already gone after really crossed over into the red when Tapir played the blue 0 and then it started on the green 0. So yellow 0 is the only one left now after the first 3 cards. Yeah, really played the red for a bit. Tapir gonna go in the green. All right, did a play now on the 7s. Been plan A for both so far. Again for Tapir, had the went up 3 cards from the start here, so both with a little bit more ground to make up. Really tries to go in the yellow crossover and the blue from Tapir. Bit of payback from the 0 crossover from earlier. And gonna be a slap in the face on that one, really with the +2. Takes the lead and throws Tapir back a bit. Blue 1 from Tapir does really have anything else though on this blue. Maybe not, but we got a wild in the yellow. Second wild from Ridley here. And Tapir gonna repay the favor with the +2 there, so that'll even things up. Back to where it was before. Yellow 0 from Ridley. That's the last one, so no switch there. Tapir with the yellow now. Both getting close. Both running it down to the wire to end, both to likely end game 2. Yeah, both at 3 cards here, so this one's pretty close. Tapir goes down to 2. Does Ridley follow? And, well, I mean, follows in the literal sense also, because Ridley also plays the yellow too. But yeah, both getting close. And that actually allows Tapir to switch into the blue. That might have been what he wanted. Gets the Uno. What does Ridley do? Ridley has the +4 to swipe it away from Tapir there. Unfortunate one for Tapir, as Ridley gonna get the first +4 of the series and make it 2-0. So, um, unfortunate stuff there. Tapir, just curious what your last card ended up being on that one. That's really the only question I had for Ridley on that, because again, that's another game where there wasn't really a lot of ammo, but again, the ammo that ended up being present was the big decider. So, been an interesting start so far. Yeah, all good. Alright, just gonna give Spear a second before we keep going. Just gonna put the question in text also so he sees it. But, alright, so really gonna go with the full send for game 3. We'll wait a minute though, since Tapir needs a second. Had it from the beginning, usually would have used it when Tapir got low, but circumstances made sense for me to wait on it. But yeah, I mean, for Ridley, kind of lined up to where they were able to feel comfortable with the hold there, but I mean, it still stayed true to running that to the finish with it. So, because I mean, you could have had the risk Tapir could have got that run, although we've really not seen that so far in this series here. So maybe that'll be something both players consider as we keep moving along. There has not really been ammo to the point where anyone's had that big run, because it's really just been 1-2 punches so far. But yeah, once Tapir is back, we will get game 3 underway here. He's still looking for his first game win here. Maybe could make this an away series. Um, wouldn't start yet. Wouldn't start yet. Don't start yet, because Tapir isn't back. But yeah, got the full send here. Alright, yeah, Tapir. Well, we will be back once Tapir gets, or Tapir returns, but yeah, just trying to take a breather for a second here. yeah, okay, so uh yeah, in terms of program update for the rest of the day, I mean I'll open up the event tab here. I just don't have a graphic for that, but Can Tapir Ridley live now. Got a revive match at 3 p.m. with background and Logan. And then later today, 4 p.m., it'll be myself, Varigold, in the lower claw regional final or sectional final. Um, we'll see when set. That'll be the second stream. Short will be taking the coverage on that one because I cannot stream my own games. And then ending out the day will be another revive match. This will be the 5th place match over in the ticket region, I think. That'll be Myth and Ziemba. So we'll see who wins that. Tapir is back. And Red 9. Okay, so was going to be in a tough spot anyways. Alright, well, game 3 time, we'll get this one going. And, ooh, it's a +2 start. Does Ridley decide to play a +2 if they have it to make it a +4 and put Tapir up to a hefty 19 cards early on? They will not. Just closes the door and plays a green 4. Yeah, I would say usually that's the wiser call there on the higher card starts because um already a lot of opportunities for ammo. Don't want to risk potentially worsening it. Especially with the initial hands aren't great from either player, but um green 5, green 3. And yeah, we got to keep the greens going. Tapir's out on green already, so that's not a great sign for him. Really able to keep it going, and Tapir gonna look to quickly get out of there, but early weakness shown on that color. Really just gonna go with the blue for now. And both continue to run the numbers. This has been really how this whole full series has gone so far. Really just kind of a lot of numbers with a few ammo cards mixed in, but sometimes those ammo cards have kind of made the difference on the winner. Alright, we get a wild red here. That's the third one for Ridley. Tapir still looking for his first wild of either kind. Tapir is typing though, so maybe has a escape route out of here, has something else on this red. Ridley does not know what to make of it. Alright, and there it is. Gets out of red with a +6 there, so throws Ridley back quite a bit. And Ridley gonna go right back into that red. But is a bit further behind than they were hoping for after that big +6 from Tapir. I would think Tapir has some red he can play. He actually has another escape route and goes back into yellow. Here come the ammo cards in this one as Tapir now down to 3 cards, I think. No, down to 4. Does Ridley have another switch into red, or does Ridley decide to roll with the yellow? Rolls with the yellow, but throws a +2 with it on top of Tapir's hand as well. Now Tapir going on this yellow that he was wanting. Alright. Yellows keep on going here, 5 to 10. Alright. Double play from Tapir on that one. Keeps it yellow 9 though. Not technically a ditto because the yellow reverse is thrown in the middle of that. Alright, Ridley gonna have a 3-card switch into the reds. But Tapir's down to 2 cards. Ridley's been trying to get these reds for a while, but and still gets denied here. Uno on blue with the wild. And Ridley folds, so Tapir gonna make it 2-1. Alright. 5-16 on that one. Tapir on the board. Just kind of able to find the lineup there and gets his first wild of the series. All these games so far have ended with a wild or wild +4. In a way, it's kind of like a checkmate, but we'll see how how game 4 goes, as really going to go back to the full send. Thank you for saving me a power play. Sniffed out no wilds after the reverse spam. Alright, so yeah, so it's up here. Was maybe considering power play on that one, but ultimately, based off the prior play, felt he was okay. So interesting how that one played out there, but gonna keep it going here. Green 6 to start. Switch off the blue right off the bat, though. Now we got the blue one. Blue 5. Alright. Wild from Tapir, so the wilds are starting to come in for Tapir here. But +2 from Ridley is going to halt things a little bit for Tapir. So he'll keep playing the red, but we'll have 2 extra cards in his hand. And that'll give Ridley some separation early on. Alright. Draw from Ridley, no more red from Ridley. We'll see if Tapir keeps going on the red. He will. Trying to drain this red out of here. Another draw from Ridley, and Tapir going to take the make it tied with the green 4 there. And it's brought this back to even. Do the green 1. Alright, sorry about the pause there. But you're back as you're keeping it going on the green. Ridley did end up having a +2, so Ridley retakes the lead, but both still playing this green as Ridley is down to 6. Make that 5 with the green 2 there. Alright, well, switch the blue here from Tapir. Gonna reel Ridley in on that one. Ridley still with a lead, but I stand corrected. Tapir now with the lead with the +2. Flips the scoreboard on that one. It's now 4-6 Tapir. Tapir gonna go for the power play here. Will likely tie this one up as a wild into the green and looking for potentially that triple play. And he'll get it with the switch into yellow, so that'll do it. Here, use the power play on that one, and gonna make it 2-2. Ridley saying they did not have anything, so they're saying it was a flush power play, but Spirit able to get the win there. Has been an away series so far. Away side has won all 4 games. For Tapir, he says cannot risk on that one, which is why he used it. Felt much different than game 3. Yeah, I mean, it's fair. There's a lot of there were a good amount of ammo cards floating around in that game there, and it was longest of the series so far. Towards my hand was good power play because I did have a +4, but wasn't going to use it until I had 2 cards left. Okay, so really did have a +4 there. But yeah, unnecessary precautionary. All right, well, well, it apparently has one limitation since Ridley went back to back on the full send and did not win either. So, see what Tapir does now. Gonna go to the OG7. And ooh, we got a wild start, so um yeah, we'll see if we get the culture draw. We do. Here draws, Ridley draws, there it is. And now we have essentially an 8-card start again. But wild start here for game number 5. It's up here, we'll get things rolling here. We'll see what color and card he ends up deciding to start on. Oh man, it's a +6 right off the bat, and it's gonna be into yellow. Ridley is stunned by the response on that one, as they are now up to 14 cards. Maybe feels a bit betrayed from the culture draw there on that one. To appear with a pinch of trolling there, looking to be the take the first home win of this series thus far. And wow, yeah, Ridley is not messing around with that one. Gonna go with the +4 to try to even things out a little bit. And plays the red 0. Alright, Tapir out on yellow. So we had that switch actually from Tapir. He tried to switch it off the red with the yellow 0, but didn't have another yellow. But he's gonna switch it in the green now. And then it's gonna be a green run from Ridley still. Tapir still has the lead here. It's a 1.5 card advantage, but Ridley is definitely close right now. Well, he did use the +4 very early. That was the only +4. Then um, using that one without hesitation, and we'll have to run the rest of this without it. But Tapir draws on green again. So does Ridley though. Alright, top deck green 9 from Tapir, looking for that switch, and we do get it into red. Tapir with no red. 2 colors. He does not have anything on. Well, Ridley with the double play take the lead. Alright, wild from Ridley to going into blue. Really looking to be maybe in a path to find their way to the finish soon. Alright, double play there with the +2. Tapir up to 9 cards. Tapir saying brilliant also. Curious to see what he means on that one. Switch the red here. Maybe could keep himself alive. Does Ridley have another +4 potentially? And they do. Ridley with another +4 there, and it's going to be 3-2. That's not the right person. There we go. Alright, well. If not for that +4, I had you crushed. Alright. Pure disappointed with that one. But Ridley able to get another away win. Had the +4 before he gave me cards, by the way. So, okay, so actually, wow, two +4s off a 7-card start, pretty crazy. So I think actually that +6 ended up keeping Tapir in a better spot. So that ended up kind of working out there. Ultimately, didn't get the win, but I was looking to be in a very bad spot if not for that. Uh, that probably would have been the case. Yeah. All right. See what Tapir goes for game 6 here. Doesn't want Ridley to get the match point. Would like to tie this up at 3-3, but will require him getting the first homestand of the series. All right, he's going back up here. Gonna go to the higher tier. Has 2 wins on 15 here. Gonna see if this 14 will be where it's at. Ooh, it'll play off the start on the yellow 6. Across, switching to the red. Alright, well, it's Pierre asking Ridley to copy the red 0. We'll see how Ridley responds to that and tries to, but no card there. Gonna I'm gonna play that red 0, except gonna add a 7 to it, so you know, kind of cut a few of the parts off of it. Whole shebang, but climbing up on the numbers 8, 7, 8, 9, but now we go down to 3. So we continue this run on red. We have been on red for a while, and Ridley's gonna end it with wild the blue. I think that was 6 red straight for both players. Oh wait, no, that was 5 red straight because there's a spiel on yellow at the start. Spear is not pleased with that wild there. Wanted to keep going on red for a little longer potentially. Red is the devil's color. It's true, it is the devil's color. They were also not very good this season, but I digress. Anyways, it's pure at the +2, and it's gonna be a double play to take the lead. All right, so yeah, okay, interesting call there because Tapir played the wild green, but then Ridley played a +4. So I mean, Tapir was at 6 cards, and now Tapir's at 10, and Tapir draws. So I'm very curious on what felt the urge to go for that there. Crossover into blue. Tapir is still drawing, and maybe Tapir could be searching, maybe, but also could have nothing. Blue 8 from Ridley. Tapir typing. Still drawing. And I will switch into green for Ridley. Alright, wild into red from Tapir. Oh man. Ridley gets very close to the finish there, but falls 1 card short at the lineup there. But doesn't have that final card. Gonna have to draw on that. Switch to the blue. Tapir with nothing though on this blue also, so both are gonna have to draw. But Ridley is very low, so could get a top deck that could help them out. Not gonna get it at this moment though. Well, gets a blue 6, so both top deck a blue 6. Here in pain on that one. Gonna keep drawing. Really gonna have to draw as well. Yeah, Tapir maybe not a big fan of his hand right now. He's up to 14 cards here and still drawing. Still no blues in sight either. Yeah, this is turned into the longest game so far this series. Alright, we do get a switch out of blue with the wild play. And now we're in the red. Tapir looking to get things going. Really still has a ways to go from finding their way to the end. Tapir's still trying. I think Tapir is searching. I just don't think he's very happy with his hand here. It's just trying to find something that he can work with on this. Unless he somehow just has a lot of yellow and green. Alright. Tapir had to switch the yellow, crossover the green though from Ridley.
Tapir up to 15 cards right now. And I'm going to switch it into blue, maybe for looking to find that stall out. And they will find it on Ridley's end here. Does Tapir play some more blue, or does he draw again? Alright, can switch the yellow since Tapir trying to roll now. This was the color he has been wanting for a bit. Ridley has some cards on this yellow for the time being. Tapir just gonna run numbers. Getting close to being double digits on this game here. So we're approaching the 10-minute mark. Ooh, and that'll do it. Double play there from Ridley. Ridley got down to 2 on that one. I had the +4 finish. That's another game that comes down to a Wilder, a +4 to end it, and it's gonna be 4-2 here. 5-0 on the +4s is not helping things. Yeah, for Tapir trying to find his way back, but I mean that's kind of not been something that's been very helpful on his end. It's back-to-back games, I think, also Ridley had 2 +4s. I don't know if both of them were off the start this time, but yeah, not necessarily. But they were, wow, that is a big chain there he was holding on to, but just could not find the lineup there to make that work. Alright, well, tour 2 really has to call for game 7. I'm curious if they're going to try to triple down with the full center, maybe go somewhere else. They do have match point in their hand. Wow, Ridley's got to triple down on the 15. I don't know if I love this. But did just went on 14, so maybe something can turn the right way on this 15. But I mean, if Tapir gets 3 wins in a row on 15, that's really gonna be something I think Ridley's got to consider. But all right, green 4 from Ridley. Kick things off after the green reverse. Alright, well, Tapir with a green wild and really does not actually have any green. It's kind of interesting here, but Tapir just kind of abusing this green for the moment, and really good to get the switch on the third play there into blue. Blue skip, blue 4, and blue 1. Double play from Tapir. Blue 8, one down from Ridley. Goes with the blue 7 that allows Tapir to switch in the green. No, Ridley actually double down there, but Tapir with another switch into yellow. Double 4 from Ridley. And that'll do it. There's the double +4s Tapir was looking for. And he will get that one. And that's 3 games that Ridley has gone 3 games on 15 and has lost all 3 full sends. So I'm not sure if it's a good idea for Ridley to go with full send again for game 8 here, but yeah, that did not look to be a great hand on Ridley's part here. It is 4-3. Again, it's still been all away wins so far. Well, we'll see what Ridley goes for game 8. This is their last home call. All right, really gonna move off the 15. I think that's the right call there because the 15 has just not been working for Ridley. So I like the move there. I mean, you still keep it kind of high with the 12, but the full send has just not been great. So I like the call there on that one. But we're gonna go with 12 here as really gonna play the red 0 to start things off for game number 8. 99% gamers who all 15 before they win on it. And Superior gonna immediately switch into the green off that tough 0 switch. I actually saw a triple 0 in game 2, I think. Game 2 or 3. To start off a game, but gonna have 2 off the bat for this one as really gonna roll with green. Superior gonna double it and make it a 6 from 3. We'll keep it going with some more numbers here from Ridley. Alright, did a play there. Tapir liking that green 4. And Ridley is out on the green. And now both are out on the green, so both played their last green, which is a green 4, and now they're both drawing. Just keep on going. Alright. Going in the yellow here. Sorry for the small pause there, but it's 7 to 8 now, 7 to 7 as we run yellow after both were paused for a bit on the green. Now really out on yellow. So is Tapir. So I mean, they're just kind of seems like at least color-wise, their hands seem pretty similar right now. Not much separation between the two. Alright, really gonna switch it out of yellow into blue. Honestly, this could become a two-color game here, which could be very interesting. Blue 7 to pair with the blue 5. What does Ridley do? Ridley's been typing for a bit. Maybe the first run of this game. It's been all numbers so far. For the most part. And it's going to be a +2 play, so create some separation. Double plays it on the blue, but does Ridley have any blue left? Ridley will have some blue left. Keeps it going. Turns the 6 around and makes it a 9. Does Tapir keep it blue, or does Tapir switch it to that red, which is the other color we haven't really. We're kind of questioning how much we have on that color, because we saw a draw on green, we saw a draw on yellow. Could maybe throw a few more greens into the mix here, but I feel like those are really going to be the main contenders here on the colors. Tapir, really taking a minute to type this one out. We have not seen any big runs to the finish yet. I think we saw maybe at most a 4-card run to the end. This would be a 7-card finish if he has it. And Tapir does not have power play, so can't use it. It's going to be a wild into green from Tapir. So it was trying to decide what he wanted to do. What's Ridley got here? Long type again. It's going to be a power play. Does Ridley have it here? Maybe just checking to see they have it. Yeah, and then that's wow, that might actually end up being a fatal switch here. 3-card run, and then +4 technically did not even need the I think they could have actually power played a turn over or a turn earlier, but um yeah, technically a fatal switch, but not well, like actually no, they wouldn't have been able to. They actually would have had to draw on that blue unless they wanted to go for the +4 early. So yeah, actually that it does end up being a fatal switch for Tapir, unfortunately. But yeah, Ridley gets the first home win of the series and will win the series with that one. 5-3 is the final score. So Ridley going to get the win and continue their great run, makes it to the All-Star 8, and looking to make it for the second season in a row. They end up in the Final Four in Tournament 2, so Ridley gets the win here. It's a very unfortunate way to go out on that one there, but still a good match from you. Just kind of any comments on this one? Uh, Anything you felt maybe could have gone a little different your way, or just kind of general thoughts? Game 9, only way to stay alive is draw and never drawing here. Interesting. Also, yeah, I mean, could have technically kept it alive, but it would have been a very, very tough hold on that one. Yeah, definitely, you're definitely in a spot where you can't really do much. It's a impossible hold on that one. Alright. See what really has to say here. General thoughts: just being close to falling short several times. Try to make right plays, seeing through the fog, but ultimately didn't work out. Which, yeah, unfortunate for Tapir. I think he played that pretty well. Just unfortunately, kind of a few moments where um ends up being where he had to make a tough play on that one that would have required incredible foresight and just didn't have it there. Um, but yeah, it was a close series overall here. I mean, you do kind of see that in the scoreline 5-3. Yeah, looking at the rest of the ammo, Tapir had one extra +2. Had an ever so slight lead on the reverse skips because it was 8-3, 8-4 on that. And then more wilds, but the +4 differential, they're going to go Ridley's way. So I think Ridley advantage, but I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy here on the card strength metric. We'll see what Ridley has to say here, and then we'll wrap this stream up. Again, got one more stream match later today, myself and Varigold, and then, of course, got a few more. Got two other revive matches going on the slate for this Star Wars Day here on May 4th. Alright, got some comments from Ridley. Great win to propel me into the final 8, especially against someone with such respected Uno and teammate. Not sure why Tournament 2 seems been best spot, but hopefully I can continue at least to the final 4 like I did in Tournament 2 G2 last year. Been nice to still be alive at this point, considering last tournament I was out after the first round. So yeah, I mean, Ridley with a very, very nice rebound here. So we'll see if they can keep it going and make it to the final 4, but another rookie in the mix early on this season as Ridley makes it to the All-Star 8. But that'll do it for us. Thank you all so much for watching the stream. Again, congrats to Ridley on the win. Ridley will face the winner of Mark and Andy in the Joystick Super Regional for this tournament. So we'll see who can make it to the final 4 there. But Mark and Andy will play on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But again, that'll do it for the stream. Thank you all so much for watching. On behalf of the team, myself, our refs, commentators, everything and whatnot that have been helping out during this admittedly difficult period so far at this point in the season. Just unfortunately not had all the help in the world here, but been doing our best. Want to thank everyone who has been contributing and helping us out, as we do appreciate it, even if it's bits and pieces here and there. But yeah, thank you all for watching the stream. We'll see you all later today for myself, Gold, on the stream, which short, but still got a lot of matches to go in the Super 16 here. Should hopefully be a great round of Uno, and we will keep things going here as the week goes on. But until then, I'm G-Man. Take care, everyone, and we will see you all in the next one.
This has been a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 1.